What is up, RAD Potential YouTube? Welcome to move-in day. So as you saw, we got an FD RX-7, the RAD X7 on the 2-car behind the dually. Let's go inside here and see what all we've got to move around. So the rally car, or well, the practice rally car. This is not the actual one. You guys see a bunch on this. I got to move that out of here. We've got to move the yellow RX-8, which we just got running, out of here. The green RX-8 runs perfectly. And then I got to move all these engines to somewhere else. So I appreciate the comments of some of my patrons trying to help me figure out a good way to store my engines. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 engines, we got to find somewhere to put them. So I'm going to get that stuff moved over because I'm thinking that I can get the green car over here in the corner, the RAD X7 next to it. The rally car can go under the lean-to because, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be inside. It just needs to not get rained on. And then the yellow RX-8, it's kind of lived a life of sitting outside, but I really don't want it to sit outside. So it's also going to go under the lean-to now that it runs. And then I can bring the RAD X7 and the FD, which is going to go where the rally car is, because this is primarily going to be bay, like floor work, workshop area. Over here in the corner, if you notice, we have all the lights on finally. So I want to thank my buddy Noah coming out for working on that. I got electricity ran to right here for a lift that's going to go here. So basically all of the outlet stuff, I believe, for this room is just about done. I think there's only one that we're missing, and that's outlets for back here. So that'll get taken care of probably midway through this video as well. But super stoked that things are going. Lights are coming on. Still got to figure out lights for the engine room yet, but I can at least get cars moved in here and get all this stuff out of my parents' way, because it's kind of been taking over my parents' garage. So I really want to thank them for letting me store my cars. In addition to, I had the RAD X7 over at my buddy Levi's house in his garage, so I really want to thank him for letting me store my stuff there. Unfortunately, up here in Indiana, you know, winter is actually snow and ice and salt on the roads and everything that a car guy does not entirely enjoy. So, you know, the cars all got washed. I brought them here on the trailer. It at least rained yesterday to clean all the salt and crap off, so fired up for that. Didn't have to get these things too dirty, but we'll get them in here. We'll get them cleaned up. And that's mainly the reason, too, for all the covered lean-to storage is I don't want snow sitting on my nice yellow RX-8 that has no rust, or the rally car, or like the 1978 Savannah GT first gen RX-7 out here. That, like in Tennessee, it was fine for it to sit out because, you know, we don't really get any snow or ice or crazy stuff. But up here, it's like it's just going to ruin everything. So we got a lot of moving to do, but that's okay. We're also going to swing back to my parents' house and pick up the other FD and the brown car so that I can put them under the lean-to out here as well. But, you know, the rain made for some mud. So yeah, let's play musical cars, musical engines, and try to, you know, y'all can try to figure out exactly what combinations of things are happening in the background. Alright guys, welcome to the RAD workshop as you see it with cars and lights that actually work on a switch. In addition to, if you look behind me, bam, bam. Fun fact, when you're buying light fixtures, make sure that you read the fine print, because I bought this track light fixture thing up here that's black so you can't really see it, but I bought that fixture to light up the, you know, what could potentially be like the trophy wall. And I have like a display cabinet to go here or some stuff, but anyways. And it didn't come with light bulbs. It says in real small letters, no bulbs included, buy this bulb separate. So I gotta buy the bulbs. In addition, I got the dually running because it's cold and the dog's freezing, but if you look outside, see how bright it is? Now see how not bright it is? So I installed this LED light on the outside that pretty much lights up the entirety of the parking lot. So, with that, let me give you a little rundown on exactly what's going on at the end of this video, because I know this video is a little bit shorter, just moving cars in, but this video is also going to serve as like a, you know, what's happening with this car that's in the background, and still don't know what we're going to do with that, and we know what we're doing with that, and that one's got more stuff, and then, you know, some of you guys, the Patreon members, know what's going on with the wide FD here, and then that super special engine that's over there that you probably saw me move across the floor. So let's just go through it real quick so you guys kind of know. Not quite an announcement video, but like a, hey, this is what's going on. So this car right here is a 1977 Dodge Colt. It was campaigned in SCCA Pro Rally since brand new by a guy named Larry Schmidt. Built the car. Never really won any crazy championships or anything, but was a very competitive car. It's got a 2.6 liter like Astron engine from a Plymouth Aerostar. It's, you know, 5-speed Datsun axle. Like in 1977, this was the cream of the crop, competition for a Ford Escort car you could get. So effectively, this is a Mitsubishi Lancer, first gen or second generation Lancer. So Mitsubishi made these for Chrysler, and this is what. This isn't the rally car for next year. Obviously, this one's kind of clapped, and it's going to need a ton of work. But the rally car for next year, because we're going to race the ARA championship, is one of these. It's Dodge Colt. So this is the backup, the spare car, spare parts, spare engine, spare everything car. Okay. The yellow car you guys know about, and I've got coils, plugs, some simple maintenance things for this. We're going to clean this thing up in a future video, make this thing look nice, and then just kind of do some general maintenance, go through some stuff. I found some things that are kind of wrong and or needing cleaned up in the engine bay, so we'll get that going. But the yellow car is going to stick around. Like I kind of talked about in the previous video, I don't have a super plan for it. If I'm going to build a rally car RX-8 at some point, which would be kind of my goal eventually, I'm going to use the chassis I have outside because it's already crashed and like we can fix it, whereas this one's like in really good shape, and when you make a rally car or something, it pretty much tears it up. So I can find a less good condition clean title RX-8 to start as a rally car versus this one that's good. The green car, hybrid Renesis turbo. We'll build that engine here probably, I would say, beginning of the year. So like it's coming up to the holidays right now. I've got to get the rally car built before Snowdrift Rally, and then I really just want to get started on this project this week. So the next video you're going to see is most likely going to be about this car. The RAD X7 is not so much dialed, but it's in good, drivable, take it out and rip it condition right now. So whenever I catch some time in between the rally car and the FD over the next couple months, I'll start stacking parts, and before like next season hits the summer, we'll definitely sort out the cooling system, do some upgrades to this aero, so a wing, splitter, you know, some side diffusers and a diffuser in the back, and we're going to see how far we can push this car with stock style suspension. In addition to, as we kind of progress along with these other videos and other things, I'm going to kind of tear the front end back apart so that we can look at building or recreating something similar to the Speed rack and pinion setup that's in here, but improve it. There's just a few things I don't like about it. It's more race car than it is kind of street manners, so the alignment stuff's kind of hard to like street car. So I don't know. We're gonna look at that. We got a lot of things on the list, and now that the RADWorks shop is kind of open for cranking stuff out, we're going to get going on that. So next on the list, the big project, probably the biggest project really going on right now, aside from building the building to work on this, is the white FD. This is my buddy Johnny's car. It is a 1994 chased white. I believe it's just a touring. It's not like an R2 or anything. It's reasonably low miles. I think it came out of Maryland or somewhere up there in the Northeast, if I remember correctly. Right now, it is just super perfect on the inside. I know it's dark in the camera, but Superman. Cruise control even works on this deal. It's a very, 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 very good car right now. But it's getting basically the ultimate upgrade for, this is the YouTube hood prop right here. For Mazdas, they don't have fancy hood struts. Got to use your head so you can hold the camera. But basically, it's getting the ultimate Mazda engine upgrade. And albeit, you know, if you're a super diehard rotary guy, you've seen in the last like year, basically 3 or 4 more 4-rotor cars hit the streets. So this car is getting a naturally aspirated 4-rotor engine, but the plan for this car is that it will be 100% streetable. So in the next videos you're going to see, we're going to go over the engine, we're going to go all that stuff. I really want to thank Logan at Defined Auto Works for getting this engine built and just helping and advising, you know, me and Johnny on putting this car together. But the engine is set up such that we can run air conditioning, power steering, alternator. We want to make this car look like the 4-rotor came in this engine bay. So we're going to keep the ABS. We're going to keep most, if not a majority of the stuff in this engine bay the same. Heck, I'd even like to keep the battery up here and try to utilize the factory charge harness, utilize the factory fuse blocks, relays. Like, we're not trying to turn this into a race car, guys. We want a streetable 4-rotor. So the engine is like side port. It's very tame, and I think it's going to be an epic restoration, you know, on this already beautiful car. But paint the engine bay to match, paint the hood to match. The whole car is going to get torn down. We're going to fit that engine. We got to do a bunch of stuff to get this thing going. So that's your sneak peek at kind of what's next, the secret projects. Not really trying to necessarily hide anything, but I just really want all of this stuff to kind of hit chronologically when I can get started working on it. So now you guys kind of know, you see, moving into the shop, and now you get to see in the next video the big block rotary, which is lurking over here under the cabinet, go into the FD, or at least it probably won't go into the car in the next video, but we'll get that car stripped down, start pulling it apart this week, and I'm getting stoked. So that is going to be it for this video. I got a few last things to tidy up on the shop, then start tearing that apart. I did some work on the Duramax today, got the Cadillac, some stuff swapped into that, so you'll see that video coming up soon once I get the stuff to rebuild the seats. And as soon as the rally car gets back, the new one, from getting a new cage put in it, we'll be cracking on that. So I'm super excited that you guys are enjoying, you know, the yellow RX-8 video, the previous shop video, etc. Let's keep this going and get cracking right into some big builds. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. Keep it rad. We'll see you in the next one. It's crazy just to see, like, in my grand plans for building a new shop, I never really anticipated buying a yellow RX-8, but I knew that the rally car and the FD projects were happening some time ago and were going to happen in this shop. But it's awesome to see, like, the double RAD potential livery cars next to each other. The white FD is going to stay white, but I'll get a window banner on it, and just everything kind of shaken out, especially with lights and, you know, power for the lift. We got all the switches, new box. My buddy Noah came out and cranked this out. I'm super stoked. So there's your sneak peek at the big block. Peace, guys.